Hey, it's Joanne Muse of the Tax Lien Lady, and this is Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live, where you get to ask me your questions about investing in tax liens or tax deeds. So I'm here on Facebook. I'm here to answer your questions. So as you come on, let me know your name and where you're from, what state you're in, because tax lien investing is so different in each state. So for me to answer your question, I really have to know what state you're from. And if you're watching the replay of this, because it'll be on Facebook after we're done, and just know that I do this every second and third Wednesday. Not Wednesday, I'm sorry, it's Tuesday. Second and third Tuesday of the month at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So, if you have questions about tax lien investing, you want to know if it's right for you, or, which states have tax sales that are coming up now, this is a good time to find out. So, just let me know, say hello when you come on, and let me know what your question is and where you're from, so I know how to best answer it for you. And even if you don't have a question, just say hello and tell me what state you're in. Okay, so I don't think I have any questions ahead of time. Nicole, if you're here, did we get any questions ahead of time for today? And that's another thing, even if you're not going to be here live, if you can't be here live on Facebook at 2 o'clock, but you have a question that you want me to answer here, you can always submit it. And there's a couple of ways you could do that. You can email info@taxlienlady.com or support@taxlienlady.com, or you can ask it on my page. You could comment on my page. We also have a group, Investing for Success, and you could go into the group. Actually, it's a private group. You have to ask to be included. It's free to be included in our private Facebook group, Investing for Success, but you do have to answer some questions. We have to make sure, number one, you're interested in investing in tax liens, and that's why you're there, and that you're not going to use it to solicit anybody else that's in the group. And it's a big group. It's over 300 people that are in the group. So you can ask your questions in the comments there as well. And Nicole, my assistant Nicole, is here with me today, and she said that we haven't had any questions come in ahead of time. So if you're here, let me know, because I like to know that I'm not doing this live all by myself and it's just me and Nicole. So say hello in the comments. Let me know that you're here, whether you're on Facebook or, I don't think anybody can be on StreamYard. I think you have to be on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, just say hello. Let me know that you're here. And let me know what state you're in. And of course, if you have any questions, ask me your questions and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Hi, Devon, nice to see you. Nice to see you again. So let me know if you have any questions, and remind me what state that you're in. And just to let you guys know, tomorrow night is our wealth building webinar. And I have a special guest tomorrow night, and he's going to talk about real estate investing in one of the hottest markets in the country right now. And he has opportunities for investors that have the money to invest, want to get it invested in real estate in one of the hottest markets, and don't have the time to do the work. They want somebody else to do all the work, and even get some funding. Okay, so we're going to find out about that tomorrow night. And tomorrow night, I will be hosting the Wealth Building webinar from San Diego. I'll be leaving tomorrow morning. I have a mastermind that I'm going to in San Diego for a couple of days, and so I won't be here in beautiful. In the beautiful Pocono Mountains. It's really beautiful now. We're having an Indian summer. The weather's nice and the trees are beautiful. Okay. And Nicole has put the link in the comments for you to sign up for the wealth building webinar. It's free to come to the live call. And it's free to come to the live call, but if you want to get the recordings of all the wealth building webinars that we do, then you have to be a member of Wealth Building Webinars, and it's really affordable. It's the lowest price membership that I have. It's $49 a month. And Nicole can also put the link for you in there if you want to get the recording of the call, if you can't make it live, or you want to get the recordings of the past calls that we've done for the last couple of years. Okay, you could do that too. So she'll put the link in there for you to find out more about wealth building webinars. We sometimes have guests, sometimes it's me teaching, and we do that once a month. Okay, and also if you're a member of the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator, which is where you get training from me and tools that help you find out what tax sales are coming up across the country, and do your due diligence on the properties that are in the sale. This is what I use, and this is what my coaching clients use, and members of the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator use, because I give them access to this tool as part of their membership. Plus, they have access to all my workshops. We just had a workshop, by the way, on buying tax liens online. And members got access to that workshop. They get access to the recording of the workshop for free, and they got access to the live workshop for free as well. So if you didn't, the workshop was $197 if you just wanted the workshop. And if you didn't buy the workshop or have access to it, then you might want to become a member of the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator. And there's a whole lot of benefits that you get with that, including a 30-minute coaching session with me, and a lot of my courses and all the workshops that we do. So Nicole can also put that link in there for you too, to find out more about becoming a member of the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator. Okay, so any questions? And who else is on here today besides Devon? And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Devon in Texas. And I don't know yet if Texas usually, first of all, Texas is a redeemable deed state, and it's a very popular state. So you got to go to the out of the way places in Texas. You got to go to the little small counties, because it's very competitive. And the reason it's so competitive is because they have a very competitive rate. It's a 25% penalty if the deed does not redeem. And for non-homesteaded properties, the redemption period is only 6 months. So it's a very popular state to invest. It's a very lucrative state to invest in. But again, these things get bid up quite a bit. And because you're actually paying for the deed, even though you don't get the property until 6 months or maybe even 2 years later if it's a homesteaded property, the deed gets bid up at the sale. So, bidding starts at back taxes and penalties, whatever is due for the property, but it gets bid up from there, and it can get bid up pretty high. So you need some money to invest in Texas. But again, I suggest that you don't go to the counties that have big cities, and you go to the counties that don't have any big cities, so those small counties, and you would be more successful there. Also, you want to target properties that not everybody else targets. So if you're going after that really good looking 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, I hope you have big pockets, because you're gonna need it. Okay. Now, if you're going over land, that's a different story. So what I do with my clients, with my coaching clients, the first thing that we do when we determine where's the best place for them to invest is once they decide on a place where they want to invest, we get the results of past tax sales so that we know how much money they need to invest there and if it's really worth it. So that's the first thing that we do. And then when we get those results, we try to target the type of properties that people aren't paying a lot of money for, that aren't being bid up really high. Okay, just a couple of tips. And Nicole did put the link in there for you guys for the membership to find out more about the membership. I will tell you what we're working on for this month. Really, we have that wealth building webinar coming up tomorrow night. It's tomorrow night. So you'll want to, if you're interested in being on that call live, which is free, you'll want to register now. It's tomorrow night. And I'll be doing it from San Diego. And I'll have a guest for that webinar on the hottest market, the hottest real estate market in the country right now. And then it's Thanksgiving this month in a couple of weeks. So I hope everybody has a really nice Thanksgiving. I will be spending Thanksgiving in Las Vegas, meeting my husband there. He is now in the state of Washington. So we will be meeting there. And I'll be taking my son and his girlfriend with us because his birthday is around Thanksgiving too. So that'll be his birthday present. And so I hope everybody has a really nice time for Thanksgiving with their families. And by the way, there are a lot of tax sales coming up now. Depending on where you are in the country, there are online sales and live sales coming up now. And there are online lien sales in Colorado and in New Jersey. There are and live sales also in those states. And I am going to both online and live sales in New Jersey this month. And I just went to a sale last week. And I got a tax lien at 18% that nobody else wanted. It was a piece of vacant land, and there were high premiums paid for the other properties in that tax sale. Anything with a house on it but I got this lien at 18%, and it was a nice sized lien. It was over $3,000 for the lien. So it was good, and it was a good piece of property. So you can still do that in New Jersey in the live sales. The online sales are a little bit tougher, but if you target the right liens and go to enough sales, you can get those also. Okay. Okay. So what else is coming up? Now we are working on another live virtual conference, but that won't be until January. So you'll be hearing more about that in the next month or so. And there's a lot going on. I kind of skipped around a little bit. I was talking about what tax sales are coming up now, and I talked about the tax lien sales. And I didn't mention that there's redeemable deed sales coming up. And a couple of those are online in Tennessee. And then there are redeemable deed sales that will be coming up in Georgia, in South Carolina. This is the season right now for South Carolina tax sales. They are all live. And then there's deed sales. There's online deed sales in Florida all the time. And there's online deed sales coming up in the Northwest in Washington. Some in Oregon. Oregon's not the greatest state for deeds because the bidding does not start at back taxes. It starts at like the assessed value of the property. So it starts a little higher, a lot higher. It's not the greatest state. Plus they don't have a lot available. All right. And so what else is going on as far as tax sales that are coming out? I'll tell you what, my newsletter came out today. So you're gonna want to get on my list if you're not on my list so that you get those newsletters. And if you are on my list, you wanna check out that newsletter because it has an article that tells you all the states that have upcoming tax sales, okay? And it also has an article in that newsletter about if you're bidding in the online sales, you really gotta understand premium. So it talks not premium, I'm sorry, proxy, what a proxy bid is, and the difference between a proxy bid and direct bid. And that was a little Freudian slip, I guess, because you also have to understand premium if you're bidding premium. So those are two things that you have to understand if you're bidding in the online sales. And I do have a couple of articles on my blog about that. I've got some articles about premium bidding, and I've got an article about proxy bidding on my blog. So my blog is taxlieninvestingtips.com. And you can also get there from my website at taxlienlady.com. There is a link in the menu, the top menu bar for the blog. So yeah, if you are bidding in the online sales, read those articles. We also just did a workshop on buying tax liens online this year in 2021. And this was actually the second one that we've done on buying tax liens online in 2021, because we had an update to the buying tax liens online course in the spring. But in the spring, and actually it might have even been in the summer that we did that. And we talked about the sales that were going on then. Well, in this workshop, we talked about the sales that are going on now in the fall. Okay. So let's see what we have in, let's see, I'm trying to get my mouse working here so I can see what you guys are putting in to the comments. And when you come on, let me know. I know we have a couple more people on Facebook, on the Facebook Live right now. Let me know, say hello, let me know who you are, and let me know what state you're from so that I know how to answer your questions, because investing in tax liens and tax deeds is different in every state, okay? Each state has their own rules. And guess what? Even in some states, it's different in every county. Like Maryland has different interest rate in every county. And in some states, like New York, the cities can do their own thing and have their own sales. So each city can be different. All right. Hi, Kim. Oh, from New Orleans, Louisiana. Okay. Louisiana does have tax sales right now, but Louisiana has both tax lien and tax deed sales. And I don't know which ones are going on right now, but a lot of them are online. I don't really recommend the lien sales because they bid down the percent ownership of the property should the lien not redeem and you get the property. But the deed sales in Louisiana are really nice because you get a marketable title. You don't have to clear the title. However, in order for a property to go into a deed sale in Louisiana, you have to somebody has to put a deposit on it. It's an $850 deposit. And what that does is that makes it so that they can clear the title to the property before it goes into the deed sale. And then when it goes into the deed sale, if you buy it in the deed sale, you get it not only free and clear of any judgments or anything, but you also get a warranty deed. So so you don't have to clear the title to the property like you do in every other state that you buy deeds in. Now, as long as if you put that $850 bid on the deposit on the property to make it go into the deed sale, and you bid at the deed sale, if you don't get it, you will get your $850 back. If you do get it, you'll get the property, for whatever you bid, and it'll go towards that. But if you don't get it, you will get your money back. However, if you don't bid on it, you won't get your money back. So you have to make sure that you bid on it, okay? All right. So Kim, let me know if you have any questions about Louisiana. Yeah, and Devon, I see that you're from Louisiana originally too. And yeah, there's very different ways they do things in Louisiana from Texas. So Louisiana will be quite different from Texas. Okay. And who else is here? Come on, say hello. Let me know who you are. I'm using StreamYard to do these. In the future, I could use Zoom when I can actually see your faces. But I know some people don't like to have their camera on and show their faces, so I haven't done that. Okay, Devon said he's not really interested in Louisiana. I'll tell you, if you're in Louisiana, Kim, a good state to go to that's close to you for liens is Mississippi. The only problem is Mississippi, a lot of the counties went online. There's still some live sales. I recommend the live sales. GovEase does the auctions in Mississippi and most of the Mississippi online auctions. And I'm not crazy about GovEase. I don't like the way they do things. Hi, Eli from New Jersey. Good to see you again. Lots going on in New Jersey this time of year. I recommend the live sales if you can, Eli, in New Jersey. I have one coaching client right now that's doing the online sales and a coaching client that's doing the live sales in New Jersey. And I do both. And I do think the live is better than the online. Okay, you've been to 3 live sales recently. Oh, awesome. Did you have any luck at those sales? And what counties were they in? I'm not asking you which sales you went to, but just what counties those sales were in. To see kind of where in New Jersey they were, because it makes a difference. It makes a difference. You want to stay away from the major cities. Okay, and Devon is interested in Georgia, Texas, Mississippi, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Florida. I like all of those states, and I have personal experience in Tennessee and South Carolina and Florida. And my clients have experience in Mississippi, Texas, and Georgia. Oh, you went to Ocean and Middlesex counties, Eli, and only in your first one did you have luck. Well, that's great that you had luck in your first one. Which one was that? Was it one of the ones in Ocean County or in Middlesex? Middlesex is very tough because you know why? You're right in the middle of the state and, right in an area where there's a lot of industry and there's a lot of competition. Monmouth County, and there's a lot of competition in Monmouth County too, so I'm surprised. You did good. Ocean. Ocean was the one that you had success in? Yeah, Ocean is a little bit better. You can have some success in Ocean, but you just have to make sure that you look at the properties first. Okay. All right. So you guys got any questions for me? That's what I'm here for, to answer your questions. What can I help you with? What can I help you with? Okay. Because I am going to end this soon. If you guys don't ask me questions, there's no reason for me to be here if you don't ask me questions, right? Go ahead and sign up for the Wealth Building webinar tomorrow night. It's free to come live. Okay. And let's see. So that's good that you look at all the properties before you bid, Eli. Sometimes when you're doing this online, you can't physically look at it, but you want to do a good job of looking at Google Maps and looking at a street view if you can. And some properties you really shouldn't bid on unless you can look at them. But sometimes you can't when you're bidding online. But yeah, it is so important to check out all the properties because sometimes what they look like on the map is not what they are. Like you said, you found a vacant land that was listed as residential, And it could be residential vacant, right? It could be that. But a lot of times, sometimes there is a house on it and it's not there anymore, you know? So that's why you got to look at it. And I've done that. When I went to Tennessee, and I bid in the online sale at Tennessee, but I went down there to look at the properties before I bid. And there was one that the map showed a house on it, and it was in town, and you drove by it, and this was Chattanooga, and there was no house there. Okay. Oh, Kim is asking about coaching. How do you find out more about coaching? I'll tell you what, Kim, if you are interested in coaching, what you can do is, and I'm not going to be around a lot this week because I'm leaving tomorrow to go to San Diego for that mastermind that I mentioned earlier in this Facebook Live. But Kim, private message me on Facebook, and we'll get together and talk about that. And if you can, go to taxlienlady.com/mentoring-application. And Nicole, you could put that link in there. For anybody that is interested in coaching, you've got to have enough money to invest if you're interested in coaching. Otherwise, it's not worth your while. So I suggest if you're interested in coaching that you have at least $10,000 that you want to invest in tax liens, more if you want deeds, okay? And go to taxlienlady.com/mentoring-application and fill out that application. It gives me a better idea of what you're looking for, and how I can help you. And then you get a link to schedule a call with me. Okay, and Nicole just put that link in there. But I probably don't have any calls available until next week, until next Tuesday, because I'm going to be away the rest of this week. But if you send me a private message on Facebook, Kim, I will see if I could get to you sooner. Okay. Oh, Devon, you're driving for Uber. Okay, maybe you can help me out, Devon. Okay. I am looking for a ride to the airport tomorrow morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning to Newark from a place in Hunterdon County in Reddington Township. Okay. I don't want to give you all the details right here, but let me know if that's something that you do, because I will private message you on Facebook and give you the details and see how much it would be for an Uber. My sister was supposed to take me, and she's not feeling well, so I've got to get another ride to the airport. Okay. All right. Any questions for me? Thank you, Eli, Devon, Kim, for chiming in and letting me know who you are. I don't know if you want to put your cell number here, but Nicole, can you copy that number for me and send it to me in an email? And then Devon, if you want to delete that, you can, so that you're not out there on Facebook for everybody to see. But Nicole, if you could copy that number and send it to me in an email. Oh, you're not seeing it. Hold on. Do me a favor, Devon. I I don't know if I can copy that without let me see what I can do here. Hold on. I don't know if I could copy that because I'm not actually in Facebook. I'm on StreamYard. So if I'll tell you what, Devon, here's what you do. Send that to my email. Send it to info@taxlienlady.com. Okay. And I will give you a call. All right. And thank you for mentioning that you're an Uber driver. Anybody else need an Uber in New Jersey? Yeah, my parents live in Reddington Township. I'm in East Stroudsburg, PA, but I plan on going to my parents. And Nicole just put the email in there for you to send it to. It's at info@taxlienlady.com. No, it's not embarrassing at all. My son drove for Uber. It's a great way to make extra cash. Yeah, he did that while he was going to school. And if there's no other questions, I am going to end this Facebook Live and I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Okay. I think I'm available next Tuesday. All right. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your questions or your comments. Hey, Ariel. The best tool to research properties. Great question, Ariel. It's I talked about it earlier. It's called Tax Sale Finders, and I use it. I use it to find out what tax sales are coming up around the country and to research properties. My coaching clients and members of the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator get access to 50 property reports a month and get to see the properties that are in the tax sale and get to filter the list. Okay. Besides seeing, what tax sales are coming up around the country. Okay. And Nicole just put an email for you for tax sale finders. And you can just join Tax Sale Finders, but I give my members and my coaching clients, I give them a membership to Tax Sale Finders. And there's different levels, and the membership that I give them is the one that gives you 50 property reports a month. Okay. All right. And it gives you a bunch of other things too, but they also get training from me along with that. So, all right. And Nicole has already put links in for you guys to find out more about the membership. Just look in the comments, look through the comments for those links that Nicole had put in for the membership, for wealth building webinars. Remember, we have one tomorrow night and you could come live for free. All right. All right, guys. I will see you hopefully tomorrow night. And next week right here at 2 o'clock again. All right. Bye, guys.